It's a bit high today.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, babe mums and baby dads, all over the world.
All of them.
Welcome to another episode of Take It to the Rim podcast with myself, Rods, aka Alexa, play Miami. Will Smith. Hey, Cameron, you're out of there, yeah? Welcome to my Jimmy G buckets.
Bro, I'm not a Celtics fan, right? Why
Jimmy G buckets.
If you want to just go out, Lorraine, right? Just give me a bit more.
Oh no, she's been getting. I'm telling you, I've been sending every single game. I'll be saying it in Spanish as well. Welcome to Miami. You're gonna get it in every language.
Come on, say Spanish.
So, as you can see, there's a lot of us today. We got LA Jills in the building.
Obviously, we out here.
We got Clipper Cam on the set.
What's good?
And we're joined by not one, not two,
Not
the
two.
thousand. We got the Miami. We got Miami Luke in the building.
He's back.
He
Back
came
like
ready.
he never left.
Come on.
I'm here for this guy.
Hey, in his big shirt. Yeah, pause for real. Big pause.
Big pause. 2 minutes in. Okay.
Yeah. I said he's got the heat for you.
Yeah. Pause.
Yeah, that's
What's wrong with that?
Chill
The
out,
heat.
chill out.
The heat. I said you got the
Nah,
heat
chill
for
out,
you.
chill out.
That's
Yeah.
calm though.
It's a bit heat.
What's
It's a
wrong with
bit.
that?
For the podcast names are pause.
Wait. At the start we had a lot of issues.
Yeah, but we're too far now.
You're too far in. Gotta make it
Too
work.
far, yeah, it has to, man. And we got David in the building,
We live.
Mr. LeBron.
We live.
Everywhere LeBron
Live.
goes, he
Lakers in
goes.
7. Let's go. Let's talk about it.
You don't believe that?
I believe it.
That is
If
a
D'Lo's
whole
not in, I believe it.
That is
I
not
believe it. Yeah.
Okay, so talking about Lakers in 7, we're gonna start with you guys.
Okay.
Jules, David.
Yeah.
So
Chat to me.
you guys have been served a 3-course meal.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray and Jokic gave you the starters. They said, have a little taste. Yeah. Okay.
You got a point.
Yeah. Gave you appetizers and that. Then they came with the main.
Yeah.
I was about to move back, so I'm mad again, but I said, let me hold myself back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gave you the main. And then the dessert. So it seems like Jamal Murray has become a chef, the way he be cooking you guys.
Salt Bay.
I don't like that.
Put him
one,
in the
bro.
pot, let it cook like stew.
I don't like that one, bro. I'm happy.
That was quite good. I can't
I
lie.
was
That
actually
quite
low key quite
That was
good.
That was
I wasn't ready for that.
Fair play.
I'm happy.
In my bag, you know. So, what are your thoughts on what's been happening in the series? Like, what has, start us off, David, what has gone wrong? What hasn't that person that is calls the timeouts and makes a rotation? I don't know what he's doing. What's going on?
Darvin Ham. Let's talk
And
about
what
it.
are the Nuggets doing that's putting you guys away?
Cool. So I feel like you want me to go whole series. So game 1, I didn't watch game 3. I was at a wedding, but I caught up on it. Game 1, I watched the game. Lakers obviously didn't start off really well. Could nearly stole it at the bottom of the game. But I think if you're just looking overall, Darvin Ham coming straight off the Golden State Warriors series, he started a 3-guard lineup, and I just don't think we're too small. Against this Nuggets team, when you got Michael Porter Jr., 6'10", you got Jokic, like they're just too big. You got continuous for Pope, like they're just too big for us, and I just don't feel like starting a 3-guard lineup made any sense to anybody. I feel like everybody could have seen that off the rip, like everybody could have seen that.
That's true. Yeah.
So that just didn't make any sense to do from the get go, and then obviously seeing that coming into game 2, you're thinking, all right, cool, adjustments made. Hachimura guarded Jokic at the end of game 1. You're thinking, cool, you're gonna start that off of game 2, put Hachimura in the lineup. Yep. That didn't happen. D'Lo's also still in the lineup, which is a big problem. And obviously it's a contract year for D'Lo, innit? So you're thinking, all right, cool. Series 1 against Grizzlies played well. Series 2 against Warriors played well. Closed it out really well in game 6. And then you're thinking, all right, what are we gonna get from D'Lo this year? It's a contract year. It's a big series for you. Show up and he's non-playable. Like he's actually unplayable, and like I never thought I'd say that about D'Lo. I thought I'll be able to bank on 17, give me 17 points a game, and I thought, yeah, that's it, great. But he's gonna have to get relegated to the bench for the rest of the series. There might not even be much left of it. We're talking after game 3, but like, so I just think D'Lo's just been an absolute no-show, and we could have seen that after game 1, innit? So between the 3-guard lineup, Darvin Ham not starting Rui Hachimura, playing him enough minutes, and D'Lo still being on the court, it's just like nonsensical. And then he does some dumb stuff like we're up 1 in game 3 and he takes LeBron off the court. LeBron comes back in the game I think we're down like 5 or 6. It's just like he just doesn't know the ebb and flows of the game, and he's trying. He's obviously his first year, but hey, and obviously LeBron's on one wheel in it, so that's it. But Lakers in 7 though.
There's reasons why LeBron has to come out of the game at certain points.
Yeah.
We know that obviously he's not playing at 100%, as you said, and his age as well. You know, he needs the rest. He needs the rest, and they were quite strategic with how they're arresting LeBron throughout the series, throughout the season. Sorry.
Yeah.
But now I don't know if he's capable of doing the 46, 45, 42
It's a lot of
minutes.
minutes, bro.
It's a bit too much.
He shouldn't have to
On that bad will.
He shouldn't.
He shouldn't have to.
Great point.
You got AD played really. I mean, he's not been playing bad.
Nah, he ain't been playing bad.
Like,
Actually.
even the first game, he got 40 points.
Yeah, he was
like,
good.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's been doing this thing, but I don't know, man. He just needs to take over more than same way LeBron takes over.
But I'm not expecting much. Like, so for me, AD's like bread and butter in the team, be the defensive anchor, and that doesn't change from game to game. To be fair, he actually been really good defensively all playoffs.
Yeah.
So I don't have a bad word to say about him on that end. And then on the front end of the court, we're going forward. Offensive rebounds are a bigger problem. He's every board that the Nuggets are getting, he's behind the possession every single time.
Yeah.
He's not getting no offensive rebounds, but he's still crashing the board. Doesn't make sense. Just drop off. Like, Darvin Ham should be saying that now because they're killing us in transition points, bro. And Lakers are so bad in transition defense. Like, we're actually awful in transition. We do not get back. So we're not getting any offensive rebounds. Stop trying to crash the board, bro. Get back and set up shop. It's because it's just not working for us. And you're seeing Jamal Murray on the break, and you're seeing MPJ get wide open threes from the corner, and I'm just looking like these lot just having a field day, like they're the Warriors, do you know what I mean? So
good, Jamal Murray is playing some. I mean, he's been about all that sort of play.
No, he has. He's just been injured,
since the
but he's been
bubble,
about still.
You know, up until now, and he's just showing it even more. Like it's actually sad for you guys. It's actually very sad.
Jules, I want to hear from you, bro.
I'll be honest.
Obviously, you don't know it. You came on this podcast not too long ago. Mm-hmm. You know,
With shades.
Shades on. Shades on.
About a week ago.
His brother was on this podcast wearing shades.
My shades were
Laker
valid.
drip. Like you
valid.
think they won the chip.
Yeah.
Nah,
You know?
I'll be honest. I always said, look, we started 2-10. Yeah,
Yeah.
want me to get stats up, yeah.
Yeah.
We are the only team to ever you'll be under, so minus 8 games in the regular season game
At any point
and make it to the conference finals. What we did to be here is a miracle.
No, it is.
Our GOAT has got a foot injury. He's still performing. But I'll be honest, this series, you can't sugarcoat it. We've been the second best team. They're far too good for us. There's 2 sides to it, innit? And I want to talk about what Mike Malone to be. You cannot take away from what the Nuggets are doing. I'll come on to that because what they're doing and what we're seeing is some of the best basketball I've seen from a team consistently in a while.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've got to start with my team. I think there's quite a few things that I'm not happy with. I think the main thing is D'Lo. Like, you're looking at a guy that has 21 total points in the series, bro. He's shooting 8 for 27, 2 for 14.
Bad, bro.
1, 2 from the 3-point line, bro, is what Donny's made. The Lakers have been outscored by 53 points in the 79 minutes he's played.
21 points combined for 3 games.
And he's demanding 30 mil.
Wait, hang on. Say that again, sorry.
The Lakers have been outscored by 53 points in the 79 minutes he's played in the series thus far.
He's been awful, bro.
We're talking about someone who is meant to be our starting point guard.
Starting point guard.
Like, you're talking, this is the conference finals. You're meant to see your point guards elevate. Your guards are meant to elevate and kind of carry that offensive burden.
Shout out AR-15.
And he's doing it.
He's doing it.
In his
he's
first
playing
ever
consistent as well.
playoff series, you're seeing, like, I'm looking at Austin Reeves and I'm like, you're moving like he's played 5 or 6 playoffs and postseasons. Bro. D'Lo's meant to have been there, done that. Like, I do not understand why, 1, he's still getting as many minutes as he's getting.
Facts.
2, why the lineups, and I think I call him Darwin because he's not earned the Darwin.
Nah, you called it.
Last week I called him Darwin. He earned it because he beat the Warriors, isn't it? He's Darwin again, innit? His rotations, he's Darwin.
Yeah.
That was before he started the 3-guard lineup, which I didn't think he was stupid enough to do, but here we are.
Yeah.
But I think his costly, like the way he's been manoeuvring the squad. Like Hashimura has not got enough minutes. Like Schroeder, Hashimura, Reeves, AD, and LeBron should be our starting 5. Don't want to see anyone else. All right. When you're seeing Vando start, look, Vando, I rate you defensively, but you're getting cooked. Like, you're getting cooked defensively, and you ain't giving me shit offensively. I can't help you. I can't help you.
Hey, you did a right game 2 against Jamal Murray until the 4th quarter, until Jamal Murray got cooking.
All right.
but Vando weren't in the game when that was happening though. Vando weren't in the game when that was happening still. He wasn't in the game still.
But I'm not blaming him that much.
See, that
much.
right there is
That much.
This is why, I don't know who that man with the clipboard is. He needs to relax because but Vando was on Jamal Murray. In game 2, he was doing well. Jamal Murray was struggling because the first 3 quarters he was struggling.
I think he had like
he
4,
finished with 30, he was on like 17 points. I think he got about 17 points. You know, and so it's okay, cool. 3 quarters, 17 points. Bearing in mind this guy, he did cook in the last game. Then you take Vando off of him in the 4th quarter. And then he goes to score 20 points.
The chefing he was doing, it was cooking, he was frying, he was deep frying, he was barbecuing. Bro, any skeleton.
Everything.
No, them man have seen it with no look. Just chefing it, not even looking.
And do you know what was worse is that everybody got it.
Everybody.
Besides AD. But everyone got it. He said, LeBron, I hear it, you're hurt. Boom. Cool.
Yeah.
LeBron said, cool.
Yeah.
D-Lo.
D'Lo.
Hey, so this is pick and mix.
D'Lo, this way though. When he saw D'Lo on him, he said, "Look at me. I'm the captain.
Yo, watch me score the points.
He said, "How do you want it? Because you can get it anyhow, anywhere. I don't give a damn." That's what he said. Crossover.
He's the can
Pull
man.
up.
Anyone can get it.
Anyone
You know what I'm
American,
saying?
African, Dominican.
Show the can. Show the can.
D-Lo can.
LeBron can. Reeves can get it. Anybody can get it.
Yeah, nah, fact.
That's what happened.
Straight fact.
And it was a shambles.
Straight fact.
And this is why I say, okay, I understand what you're saying, not start D'Lo, yeah? I don't agree with that.
Why?
I think you not to start D'Lo. Not to start Vando. Sorry.
Yeah.
See,
Okay.
so the reason why I say this is because, like I was saying earlier as well, Vando just came from guarding the best point guard in NBA history.
Top blocking him.
Yeah, and he done well. He kept up with him. So for me, if I'm the coach, I'm saying, Vando, great job. Now you got Jamal Murray. And I'm not saying disrespect him, but he's not Steph Curry. So what I need you to do is put him in a box and remind him that, yeah, you're healthy, but I don't give a fuck. And you're on him. But the thing is, even the way you have to defend him is just, it has to be with an annoyance where that's what Vando does. But then even when they're walking down the court, I'm not saying get a tech. Run back of him, run shoulders, a little bump. I'm not saying that Jamal Murray's not a bear, but you need to constantly nag and annoy him.
Yeah.
And then I know you're saying offensively he doesn't give much. Okay, how I would use him, we all know it's best. Like what's happened with Steph Curry, but you got to attack Jamal Murray, right? Attack him as many possessions as possible. Yeah, run him down. So I'm screaming, okay, cool. I'm having everyone on the side and the wing, Vando on the wing, everyone's at the side, and I'm choosing either LeBron or AD, whichever one. Give the ball to LeBron at the top. Make sure Murray's guarding Vando in the corner. Get the switch pick and roll. Then attack Jamal Murray constantly. And I'm not saying just attack him. I'm saying get the switch, back out, pass in, post up. Because now you can hit him in the chest.
Yeah.
Constantly hit him in the chest.
Pound him.
Wind him a bit.
Pause.
Pause.
Hey, yo.
That took far too long, bro. For you to clock where you were going with that. I was like, yeah. Pause, like, surely.
Yeah, big pause.
I can't lie. Even I was mesmerized. So thank you.
That's kind of
Oh,
saved the day.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
David was like,
Nobody. We wasn't locked in. We wasn't locked in.
Sir, bro.
That's what we're here for.
constantly attack him, especially in the post
Yeah.
where you can hit him. If you get an and one, fall on him. You have to do all these things. You have to look to win. You have to be nasty. You have to be mean. You have to.
The only issue I have with that is if you start Vando and he's guarding Jamal Murray, how does everything else work out now? So AD's guarding who? Because you guys don't.
AD guard Jokic.
But you guys don't want AD guarding your
Wait, so let me
But the thing is, the starting, I would do. I don't want
Rui for
D'Lo.
Russell.
I'll take
Rui
out
for Russell.
I said this before as well. Schroeder, Vando, Rui, Bron, AD.
And Bron's the ball handler.
Yeah, Bron and Schroeder.
So I disagree. I don't think Schroeder should start either. I
know you would've start Reeves.
would go AR. Yeah, I'll go Reeves at the 1. I'll go LeBron at the 2. I'll go Rui at 3. I'll go Vando at 4, and I'll go AD at 5.
You have to try something.
I'll keep Rui on Jokic.
Yeah.
AD on Gordon as the help defender.
Yeah.
And then I have LeBron on Michael Porter Jr.
Because he's not moving much. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I have like Vando on Vando on Murray, and then KCP.
The
on,
only reason why I would only put Reeves out is just because as soon as bench unit comes, I'm taking the chains off Reeves and saying, "What you're about to do now?
Go off.
You're gonna make the NBA media call you an MVP. Every single time the bench unit comes, because now you're gonna switch AR and Rui over. So that you get your bench points from him. Maybe you can help Lonnie Walker come alive a bit, and then sort of work just to help for the bench scoring.
Yeah.
So that's why I would say D'Lo could do some bench.
But that's it. Usually, I would have gone with what you said, but because D'Lo has been point garbage, I said I can't do that.
But like a man said, point garbage.
So like in a series like this year where D'Lo you can't really trust him to get his touches, right? So if he's in the starting lineup, AR's cooking, getting his touches, LeBron's cooking, getting his touches, AD's getting his touches too on offense sometimes. When D'Lo's getting the ball, I need him to bank, and obviously it's not happening. So that's why I say I'll put him in the starting lineup. So he's got the ball, bro.
Yeah.
So now you have to cook, bro, because you like sorry for you're off the bench, bro. You got the ball, bro.
That's what I'll say as well. Because then for me, with
yours.
the second unit, I'll be okay. D'Lo and Reese happen. So D'Lo just bring the ball up into the half so that you can just conserve Reeves' energy just to purely attack on whatever side or either left wing, right wing, wherever he wants to do it. Just boom, so that he doesn't have to then, if they start putting pressure or whatever, all he has to worry about is once this ball goes half court, whoever's guarding me, long day. And then I think that will help D'Lo because when it comes to starting, even from when he said a while ago about he's not the point guard of the team or something like that, from then I said this man's defeated, but we'll see. But if you put him now, when it comes to the second unit, he usually is like, why am I even playing these second? He kind of has that sort of performance like, these men I'm not really supposed to be here, but I'm just here to help these men sort of thing. That's what I would do.
It's confirmed he's not supposed to be. Like I can't have a starting point guard that can't play against the Nuggets when Jokic and these lot ain't going around for the next 3 years. So I'm sorry that D'Lo's carry time.
So no, you're making a very good point. So the rumors have been out for a while that Kyrie's been trying to, or he's been
courtside at the games.
Financially, I don't know how the money's gonna work. Either LeBron's gonna have to restructure AD. Someone's having to. They're gonna both have to. And Kyrie even then is not gonna be getting the max. He's not getting 40 mil max. He's gonna have to take like a 30 mil max. And then obviously you guys still want to retain Austin Reeves as well. There's still a lot of moves
and Ruby, it's a lot.
And you still need to build up the rest of the bench as well, innit? Like
behind
Mo Bamba will be back, obviously, because he's injured.
I don't think Mo Bamba's not playing because he's injured. I think
he's injured. He's
no, because there were times where Mo Bamba wasn't injured and he wasn't playing. We've seen it. We saw it against Memphis. There were times he should have been playing.
But
he wasn't playing.
that is Darvin Ham.
There has to be something else to it, though.
That's Darvin Ham.
There
And
has to be
his
something
broad
else to it.
shoulders and wide head. Like,
You know what, yeah?
gotta play Mo Bamba, bro.
When I think about the Lakers, yeah, and I think about, you know, timelines and whatnot, I pray I hope LeBron's not out too long for the surgery, innit? I really do, because if you guys land Kyrie, you're now relying on AD to stay healthy and Kyrie to be available for you guys to make a good run if LeBron has to miss some time as well. So that's partially concerning. But I want to...
That'll be all right.
Yeah.
It depends on our bench, but I think we'll be
Yeah, of course. But I want to make sure that we don't just spend the whole time
That's what I was just
talking
about.
about the Lakers, because Denver deserves some love, and not just Denver. Jokic deserves some love, innit? And this is me saying that. You know, I don't show love to the
100%.
European guys. I don't.
I'm proud of you for that.
No, thank you. No.
Well done. Wow.
Change, man.
It's no, but we have to be honest about the situation.
He's cooking.
MVP is a regular season award. I think Embiid did have a better regular season than Jokic. That's my personal opinion. You can disagree. That's fine.
No,
Whatever.
fair,
Is what it is. Embiid led the league in scoring.
Yeah.
But you look at what this guy's doing in the postseason. Nasty. The point you're making about the fast breaks here. When I've seen Jokic do this a few times, where he grabs the ball with one hand, and the same hand he just flicks his wrist, full court pass down to the other end of the court, bro.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing with him. And the area that I thought the Lakers would be able to exploit is him defensively, but they're not doing that. They're not doing that.
They're turning into the Suns being a team of jump shooters.
Yeah.
When Rui game 1 was attacking and causing problems.
Yeah.
But
No,
that's
bro,
like the Nuggets.
they've been defending that zone well. Like the interior lanes, they've been doing that really, really well. They've been making it very difficult to actually get to the paint and score. If you've been watching the series, like when we attack and we try and get to that lane, they help
Someone's
defend
there.
very better than
Aaron Gordon's there, bro.
They're locked in.
MPJs. They're a big side, innit?
Yeah, they're
so
big, bro.
they always come in and they make it very hard for you to actually score, and it makes our decision making. We can't hit that shot. We try and pass it out. It's all sloppy. They're a very good team.
One thing I
man.
want to add to one thing I want to add that Cam was talking about Jokic. I think I was just talking to Rodney when he was on the way here, and it's so dangerous having someone like Jokic on your team man, because the guy can pass as well. Like he was saying, he can make them long passes, and it's not even like that. You can if there's someone open, he'll make that pass, and they're hitting them shots as well. So that's a problem. It's not only is he making them good passes, and if your center's doing that, and then you still got Jamal Murray still doing what he needs to do, like what can you do to stop that?
They are truly a fully perimeter team though. Like including Jokic shooting threes. Everyone else on that starting five can shoot threes.
Yeah.
They're not worried about that. And it's not just that, bro.
Besides Gordon.
But even him, I've seen him take and make if he needs to. If he's get left wide open because he's doubles,
because he's getting double.
that's not a bad shot to take, innit? And it's not just that; it's the second chance opportunities. I've seen Jokic get 3 rebounds in a row on one hand.
But this is the 3-guard lineup. They're cooking off the
but
they're cooking off the offensive board. They're cooking up.
AD in game 1 had, was it 40 and 23, right?
Yeah,
23 boards. I was like, okay,
No, 40 and 12.
you not have
40 and
23.
12? Yeah,
No,
Has AD not had a 23 rebound game in this
No, I
series?
think that
was
was
that
it.
last
That was
series?
last
Okay,
series.
No,
my
he
bad,
had-
my bad.
no,
Yeah,
40 and
12.
10.
40 and
Okay.
10.
I was hoping that AD would be able to neutralize Jokic on the rebounding side of it, but he just can't.
He's actually lost.
Like Jokic is like they're similar height. I get you, but Jokic is like
I didn't know he was that dominant like that. You know?
He's a big guy.
honestly,
Sturdy.
I didn't know.
He's
Yeah.
honestly, and
sturdy.
he's a great finisher at the basket as well.
Yeah.
I was going to say something else, but it would have been a pause. I just think when you look at this team, you're like, even if you guys went down 3-0 and they were playing this good, even if you took a game off them,
Yeah,
I still think they'd be looking at the strongest team left.
I think I'm looking at them. I think they're the best team in the league, bro. And I'm seeing Bruce Brown annoys me. Like he's one of those players that he just gets under your skin. Yeah,
That's what you
I'm
guys.
seeing him come off the bench and being a bunny and getting the rebounds, and he's getting under my skin,
them.
bro. And I don't like him.
No, you're not lying. You're not lying. I might have been. Rodney might have said something, and
I did. I 100%
Rodney
did.
might-
And
Rodney
you
might-
guys laughed at me.
I'm
What
still
did you
laughing
say?
at you.
You guys laughed at me.
Wheel up the wheel
I
ups.
mentioned, I said, with the Nuggets as well, especially when it comes to the bench unit, I said, look out for Bruce Brown, you know.
No.
Yes, I did.
No, you said
I said
that.
you have
but
to
no,
work-
no,
yeah.
no, what
I
made
said
it,
you have to
what-
also worry
what
about
made
Bruce
it laugh
Brown.
is that you.
Jeff Green and Christian
No,
Brown.
it's what made it laugh last week is you said Like you watch. That's the first thing you said. You disregarded, not disregard. We didn't mention Jokic.
Yeah,
the starters. That's why it was funny. We didn't disagree with your point. Your point is valid because Bruce Brown's doing
Well, maybe he expected it, but it's look
I
at
said it from time
Yeah.
from when he was on the Nets
Yeah,
and
when
he
he was
was
at
playing well. I said if whoever picks him up is gonna be a problem because it was a coming out party for him. As in off the bench, he'll still be a problem.
Okay, yeah.
He's gonna help. And the way he was playing defense last year, the way he was everywhere, and he's been consistent.
There's some stories coming out about him.
About Bruce Brown.
Oh yeah.
What stories? What's going on?
Is it him or Blake Griffin?
It was either him or Blake Griffin. I got a certain entertainer. Pregnant.
something fishy's
She's
going
been
on.
posting him, so it's looking
She's
like
been
it's
posting
him.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Aye.
These
Certain
NBA
entertainer.
players, man.
This is why he's been playing great
They
basketball.
need to.
Alright, boys, I want to read out stats. You know I'm a stats man, innit? So for Jokic, in his last 8 games, alright, it's 24 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists on 47.4% from the field.
I thought it was better than that.
23, 17 and 12 from 42.9%. 34, 21 rebounds, 14 assists on 70% from the field. 32 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists on 72.2% from the field. 29 points, 13 rebounds, 12 assists on 60% from the field.
Averaging a triple-double.
53
Yeah.
points, 4 rebounds, 11 assists or 67.7% from the field.
That's nasty.
30 points, 17 rebounds, 17 assists on 57.9% from the field. And 39 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists on 56% from the field.
Yeah.
Is
That-
this 2K?
No.
What's
This is
going
one of the
on?
greatest stat lines I've ever
that's
read in my
something.
life.
He's putting up Luka numbers. He's putting
up Wilt numbers, bro. Like, when we're talking, like,
He said 30. He had a 30, 17, and 17.
yeah, 30, 17, 17 on 57% from the field. And then got 53 the next game. He had 4 triple doubles in a row.
That's fake.
In
He's
the
gonna win-
postseason.
What's the Magic Johnson Award, right? The Western Conference Final. Yeah, he'll win that.
100%.
But
Will it-
Murray's balling too.
He
That's
is,
the
but
thing.
Jokic
Nah,
has,
man.
has done it for the playoffs.
He's done,
now.
yeah.
That's the thing, because when you look at Denver, it's like, but it's just a long list of people who are ready and waiting
Yeah,
for their moment. Like
yeah.
you've got obviously Jokic, the focal point,
Mhm.
doing everything,
Mhm.
and then you've got, and because he's able to also facilitate so well, is like, you know what, Murray, just go out there and score. You know, if the chance is there to facilitate to pass or nice assist or behind the back, make it fancy, calm, do that. But all I want you to do is go out there and get buckets, because this game is about buckets. And then you've got Michael Porter Jr. He's ready to shoot any shot, no matter who's
Bro,
contesting
he doesn't care
him.
if anyone's in his face.
He don't
Bro,
care.
Bro, he can let.
Yeah, if he-
But he's tall though.
Yeah, he don't care.
And he's
the same way KD he can do
Yeah,
it over
yeah, yeah.
That's the
over
thing.
his
You've got
defender.
Gordon ready to show why he should have won the dunk contest every single
I
moment.
don't know why
He's-
he should have won the dunk contest.
Yeah, as in,
Yeah, him
because
as
the
at
way
Levine,
he's just
bro.
cutting and just going to the
Okay,
to the basket,
Yeah.
he's just there, ready to pounce. KCP as well. He's been a player who always scores timely buckets for momentum.
I need to check up his field goal percentage because it seems like when KC he's out for vengeance, bro. Like
100.
every shot he's shooting is get. Like, I didn't know you hate us that bad, bro. Like
You should have signed
I know,
him.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
but he
see
was
it.
looking to get a bag after, but it's like. I know he cut you after you won the chip with us, but bro, he's looking like every shot he's making is like
That's what I'm saying.
he's looking
No, but
mean.
he's mad because obviously you didn't send him to Denver.
Send him to
Yeah.
Washington.
He
Washington.
said to Washington.
The players go to die, bro. He sent to Washington.
And Nuggets revived him like.
He's pissed in it.
And
So
it's just wrong because then, like I say, you've got then Bruce Brown ready there to wait. You've got Reggie Jackson ready to wait.
Jeff
Jeff
Green.
Green, Paula Youth. I don't know
Christian
what's going on with
Braun.
him. Like I saw a position where he was actually dribbling down the court, just dribbling, warm sky.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
did no one think?
he hasn't lost like I don't know what's happening.
Nothing.
He hasn't lost any vertical.
Nah, bro.
Don't
he's-
make sense
I
at
don't
all.
know. He must be drinking breast milk to contain that youth. Because what's going on? He should not.
What made you go with that? What made you go
Why
with
did I
that?
go
one?
with that verse?
Why breast milk?
Because it has youth nutrients in it, like keeps you young.
Man
How
said
do you know
the
that?
breast.
How do you know that?
We're going left. We're going
No,
left.
no, I boys,
Yeah,
but
left.
I don't want to go tangent too much. There's one thing I wanted to bring up, and I discussed it with my brother yesterday.
Yeah.
So I said, this Nuggets team, they've been playing some of the best basketball we've seen. We can all agree.
Indeed.
They remind me of a couple teams that I've witnessed since I've been watching basketball heavily, especially in the playoffs. One of them for me was San Antonio Spurs, the way they had the big man, small man, and a very good team around them. And very similar to the Dallas when they had Dirk and Jason Kidd and had a really good team around the two superstars. So big man, small man, do a lot of the offense, a lot of everything, and then it will be built around other team members like we saw San Antonio with Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, it'll be Boris Diaw, Danny Green, Bellingham, whoever it is, they all chip in.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear you boys' thoughts on teams they compare you to.
I like what you said about San Antonio, but I wouldn't even compare it about the big man, small man thing. My thing is about the ball movement. They move the ball prime San Antonio. Like everyone's getting a touch on the perimeter, and then Jokic is cutting through, and big man. But I think that's why even more he's special, because teams normally you'll pass around the perimeter and entry pass to the big man goes to the basket. Yeah. But when he gets the ball, he's still looking for another pass for an open guy when he's getting a double anyway. I like that comparison to San Antonio.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just difficult to compare them to anything else though, because the big man is the facilitator. You know what I mean? Like he's the. I haven't seen many situations like this where your big man is the initiator of the offense. It's almost like LeBron in like 18 in those playoffs where he was playing a post role, but he was a playmaker. Even then, he wasn't always in the post, so it's difficult to compare them. I don't know if we've ever seen something like this before.
No, but it's not just like the post guy's making the plays. He's also a threat too. And I'm seeing him with his hooks as well too, and it's just looking like
dangerous.
I've not seen that before. Do you know what I mean? Like Dirk weren't doing this. Like Tim Duncan weren't doing this. Like this is different, bro. This is real flipping different. And it's not even like Draymond who's doing dribble handoffs and like because Draymond's not a threat like that. Unless he does his slow bus turning drive to the lane that he does once every every game. Do you know what I mean? So, bro, I like hats off to them. I got nothing but love for them. I'm just like,
is it still Lakers in 7?
Huh?
Still Lakers.
I'm still Lakers in 7. Yeah, I'm still Lakers in 7. I'm still Lakers in 7. To the walls fall off.
It has to be done.
But to your point, I don't think I've seen a team like with a big man. Like it's the big man that's like he's evolved the game as a big man. Do you know what I mean? So I don't even think I've seen anything like that. And your comparisons come closest too. But I'm just like in my head.
You boys got any more that you can just off the dome, like, even if it's going back in the 90s? It's like you said, it's so unique though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never really seen it.
Because we was even talking about, remember we was talking about Shaq in the car as well.
Yeah,
so we said well, that was more, well, we just talked about Shaq in general, but we were just thinking like how like dominant the guy was. But that's all he had as a centre, and that's all it was back then, like just being dominant. But it's the fact of like what we just all mentioned right now, being dominant and then being able to just read the game in such a high IQ like that, and still be able to maintain that dominance on the field as well, on the court, is absolutely crazy. Like everyone said, I don't think
the Houston Rockets team in the 90s with Hakeem,
I was gonna think
that might have been the closest thing we've seen to it, just because every time, everyone knows about his post game, but every time he got the ball in the paint, the double would always come. So he was very, very good at facilitating to the guys around him to hit shots and timely shots, as we're saying. But that's the closest comparison. But I have to mix that. You have to like mix different elements of different teams. Like give me the Hakeem passing, big man passing, with the Shaq dominance, with the Spurs ball movement as well, and then throw in like, I don't know, what's a great team 3-point shooting team outside the Warriors, because they're ridiculous, but like just another really, really good shooting team.
The Rockets were decent a couple of years ago.
Slightly, just like a very well-rounded team. Like Mike Malone deserves some flowers.
100%.
He does.
He said what he said. Everyone was giving too much, and he said after game 1, I rate it. Because it's true, like everyone was talking about how we found an adjustment. Big man, like, lost again, like, didn't find nothing. Like.
It was good, man, because even when I've been watching the videos when they both coaches are having the post-game talks with the team, I'm listening to Matt Malone and I'm like, I'm even feeling motivated. Like, you know what, calm. I like the way he's rounding everything up and talking about stats and seeing what we can do and everything. Then it goes to the guy at the clipboard. I'm just like, the guy at the clipboard. These guys are just like, we need to go home, man. Like, it's cool. Like, just let Brom coach and just give it a rest, man. But
you can't get. I'm so like, it's one thing to get swept in like the way that Boston might get swept.
That's different.
Boston
they had home court as well too.
Yeah, Boston are embarrassing.
But you can't lose 2 straight in like you can't lose a game for elimination game at home.
No, and the thing is, the series, as you alluded to at the beginning, hasn't been like that. That's why it's been very frustrating. Like, it's been moments. Like, I was even looking at some of the stats. Like, I even watched the game as well. Like, in the game 3, at 7:45 of the fourth quarter, we were actually up by 1.
Yeah.
In those remaining 7 minutes 45, they outscored us 26-14.
Yeah, we didn't hit that.
Shot 8 for 12, 67% from the field. We went 5 for 15 in that same time, 33%. It's just coming down to clutch moments in the fourth. Like, it's been close, but yeah, man, we going out. So
I'll give Mike Malone his props. I'll say if, as well as LeBron played in game 2, if he didn't jack up those shots at the beginning of the fourth, those threes at the beginning of the fourth, could be a different story. That's when they went there and they took over the game in game 2. And then as for the rest of the series, I'll just look at Darvin Ham and say, take Russ like the game, and I say it is what it is. But Mike Malone's got them cooking. They believe they're the underdogs. He's drilled that into their heads.
Yeah, trust, yeah.
So I know you want to move on quickly.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say sweep or no sweep.
Sweep, get the broom.
Sweep.
Get
Get the broom.
Gentlemen.
Lakers in 7.
Nah, I'm fairly convinced it's gonna be a gentleman's sweep. Even winning tonight would be insane. I don't think you're gonna do it, but I think LeBron has to just one.
I'm just saying
bro.
gentleman's sweep because I think LeBron will. Like,
Has he been set before? No.
Yeah,
Golden State.
Probably.
He has. I think
yeah,
Yeah,
Golden
he
State,
did. He did.
Golden
In that
State.
year where game 1 he had like 50.
Yeah.
So,
JR.
So yeah.
as we was mentioning about Celtics and how they possibly getting swept.
Hey!
I know somebody's.
Let me get the camera out, Luke.
So,
Let me get the camera out.
just to put some history, Cameron has consistently,
Proudly.
and
Till now.
faithfully
Right now.
disrespected
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat
I'm gonna
All the time. And
constantly.
he probably will. Yeah.
And right now it's not looking it's
not looking good, bro.
No, it's not looking good at all.
Luke
not
looks so
looking
comfy.
Yeah, I am.
So
I'm happy to be here.
Jimmy's
Jeez,
been
South
on a
Beach.
tear, and even though game 3 he didn't have a big offensive game, but game 1 and 2 he was pivotal. I did say as well the Knicks series was a resting series because I think he didn't really need to go as ham
100%.
for the Knicks.
I
because
saw
he
him on
knows that the
socials
Celtics-
going making coffee and that. He didn't. But, and
He
he
didn't care.
he rested one game as well.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, he didn't. Yeah, man. We knew we could get the job done. We did.
Yeah, go
So-
off it, man. Tell them about
Listen.
tell them about Miami, huh?
Listen.
Welcome to Miami.
Listen, I'm just happy to be here, man. Honestly, like I didn't expect us to make the run that we're making right now. I'm enjoying it every single second. We were talking about us beating the Bucks. I mean, we done it. We won game 1. Game 2, obviously Giannis was out.
They won.
And then they won. But then the other games, Giannis wasn't. I mean, he was there, but he wasn't there. We already know. I'm sure you guys already spoke about this as well. The coaching as well wasn't good. Let's just fast forward now to the reason why I'm here. Yeah, Jimmy buckets doing his thing. Yeah. By the way, how many undrafted players are in the starting lineup for the Heats?
You're starting Gabe
There's 5.
7 in total in your squad.
in your whole squad.
In my whole squad, there's
Duncan
7.
Robinson.
But starting,
Duncan Robinson. You got Martin, Cody Martin.
Yeah.
Cody,
Struce,
which
Caleb,
one is it?
Caleb
Caleb
Martin.
Martin. Sorry.
Say Struce.
Struce, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I don't know the other niggas.
yeah. But there's a lot of them.
Yeah, like 7.
There's a lot of them guys.
No,
Yeah,
he said 7.
and the fact that we've all had this argument of if Jimmy Butler's if he's the best player on the team, does that make the team good? Because another team is probably second best player or whatever. But he's showing, in this playoffs why he is actually the best player for the Heat, whether you like it or not.
Best
Do you know what I
player
mean?
for the Heat.
Well, yeah, right now.
Oh, yeah, no, of course
yeah.
he's the best player for
As
the Heat.
in, you can, and if we say that, and I said to Rodney as well, like if we say he's the second best player and he's playing that well, so you're telling me if we was to get a player better than Butler, what would make the Heats? How good would the Heats be?
You'd win a title.
You'd be the best team in the NBA.
If you went and got Dame Lillard somehow, you win a title.
So how influential does Butler make the heats, and why do you consistently?
Okay, no.
Consistently
I was ready for this. I knew this was gonna
make
happen.
the guy sound like he's because he just goes up and run up for the layup and just
Because he runs and jumps. Yes.
Similar to
which is basketball, by the way, to score. Like we don't care how it's done as long as they're getting the points, and that's what he's been doing.
No, of course. Like, Luke, you making very valid and honest points. And
just one more thing as well.
Bring it back.
Because Jimmy Buckets made some history. You know,
in that block.
56 points it was. Yeah? And that is the 4th tied for most ever points in the playoff game. Do you want to know who's on that list of
how many points do
people?
you have?
56.
It'll be Mike.
Go on.
Mike had.
Yep.
They have 60 in Boston or some shit like that.
Yeah, then you got, just the names that, like, we will...
LeBron?
No. LeBron's
not there.
He's not there.
No?
We got Will, we got Barkley, we got, we've got Mitchell as well. The high 6'3" by Mike.
Okay.
But for the
Mitchell, sorry.
Donovan, and then the fact that Butler's on that list, he's been playing absolutely like and you know what I love about it as well. He's showing up and he's giving it as well. This is what the NBA has missed. Entertainment. When I saw him do that, I gave him the timeout. Playing that Grant Williams at the and one. I love it. Bring all of that. I love all of that. It makes the game even more entertaining. If you, mate, I literally wake up every morning with a smile on my face, ready to just message in the group chat to say yes. We'll go and listen. And the podcast don't know this, but we've made a bet. Yeah. If Heats make it to the final, because at first I just wanted an apology. I want you to apologize because we went to the Eastern Conference.
Right there.
I just said that.
I did apologize though, didn't I?
You didn't apologize. You said,
I said, nah, you didn't.
No.
Nah,
I came on here and I apologized for disrespecting Jimmy.
Okay, I want you to apologize to me.
Yeah, no.
And he doesn't want to do it. Yeah. Okay. So he said, and he took it one step further and said, if Heats make the finals, he will make a song, apology song, to say sorry for what he was saying. So I can't wait. There's 2 things I want to say. I want. Can you give me the song either in auto tune?
You said AI.
Yeah. I want to hear some T-Pain, some ooh. I want to hear all of that. I want to hear that. Yeah. So listen. Let's hear what you have to say though. Okay. I want to hear what you have to say.
So
I want to hear some ooh.
No, because this is nice. This is what it's about.
Okay.
This is what being a fan of the game is. I'm happy for you, bro, and all the success that you're having right now.
Thank you.
I'm totally happy for you.
Bit X.
Huh?
Sound like a bit X.
No.
Does not sound happy, bro.
Truthfully, I wish the Clippers could come on here and not disgrace me like they have, and allow me to feel the way that Luke feels. Because I've never experienced that before. I've never experienced. So I'm happy for you, bro. And I've given Jimmy his flowers. I said, Jimmy, you've done your thing. Whatever you're scoring the points. You're doing what you need to do to win the games, and it's great. You took out Giannis when he was injured. You took out. You took. No, he did though.
That shot when he was injured.
Yeah, he did.
He was injured. He was.
No, but bro. Giannis being injured had nothing to do with Jimmy scoring 50 points or how many points he did. Jimmy did his thing. I'm not gonna say that. Okay. He did his thing against the Knicks as well. You guys, so far the Heat have only lost how many games? Two games so far in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you're on track right now to be completely fine, fresh, and rested to get swept by the Nuggets. Okay.
You stand by.
No, probably not swept, but I think you'll lose to the Nuggets. But I don't think you'll argue that either because the Nuggets are looking at the best team. Yeah. But I'm giving my flowers to the Heat because they deserve it. Yeah. The Heat deserve all the credit for the fact that they've got Jimmy playing great basketball. He's being a great leader. He's playing great defense. Like you said, he's bringing the entertainment factor as well by disrespecting every single other player that stands in front of him as well. And it's enjoyable. It's different to Dylan Brooks because Dylan Brooks didn't have the game to back it up. Jimmy's got the game to back it up. It's a different conversation.
He went on a you see after that whole Grant Williams and Butler altercation. Yeah. Heats went on a 24-9 run.
Yeah, no, I saw
after that.
I saw it.
To then go win the game.
That's Jimmy being an arsehole.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
And I love it. I love it. And it's like you're just poking the bear. And not only that, not only is Butler like, and I like the fact that obviously all the odds are against us because coming into the series, we had like a 6% chance of winning.
These odds make us
that's insane. Let's not even bring that into it. But that's insane. They're still favourites.
I don't think that's official. If I check a betting
surely
thing,
it's not. It's some incorrect calculator. It's some incorrect calculator.
But it's like it's like it doesn't phase Butler, and I like how he's probably bringing that sort of energy into the to locker room, as you can see, because Caleb Martin, he's playing some exceptional.
I don't think he knew he could play like that.
I didn't even know he could play like that. Honestly speaking, like he's doing everything that you want him to do. Gabe Vincent is playing some good basketball. You know what I mean? Lowry doesn't even just
Duncan Robinson is coming back and showing
they brought him back. They brought him back from the dead.
I just thought he was. I thought he just runs off with the screen and goes for the free. The guy is literally.
He saw Austin Reeves was like, no.
Yeah, we need another
white boy can't jump.
We need another white. You know what I mean? We need another white. But I'm seeing him throwing lobs to Bam. I'm seeing him going for the layup. Euro stepping. I'm thinking
he must have been working on his game because he
has to be because he hasn't been. Yeah, exactly. He must have
at the rotation.
Yeah.
I have to ask. No, honestly, I have to ask the question though. Are the Heat winning because you guys are playing exceptionally, or because Boston have been awful?
I got the answer.
And I'm not trying to take away from you. It's just a genuine question.
Okay.
Because I could, and I'm not saying that you guys playing so well isn't making Boston play badly.
Yeah.
But we're seeing anomalies from Brown and Tatum in terms of scoring. Brown has been. I've never seen Jaylen Brown play this badly before. You're gonna say last year he wasn't this bad in the finals last year?
No, I didn't say Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown was not as bad as he's playing today in the finals last year.
I didn't say that. I'm saying these two guys.
Yeah.
The thing is, right? They have, and I don't know what is going on around Boston, but they fed into this ISO culture. A lot, quite a bit, especially with Tatum.
Can't do that against zone defense.
A lot. And then now, exactly, with zone defense, that's not going to work.
Can't do it.
And because they don't, like, there was a point where they were starting to play as a team and the chemistry was getting together. Then they started to revert a bit back to ISO and they was successful with it. So, I understand if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But you always got to have a plan B.
This is what the Warriors are doing to them as well, Warriors started playing zone. That's how they're picking off those stupid cross-court passes they keep making.
Yeah.
And what did we say after they lost to the Warriors? What did they need to go and get?
A point guard.
A legit point guard, right?
Point guard.
Well, Cam, that's what I was saying to you in the car, bro. I was saying, cool, like, right, specifically for this series, Joe Mazzulla, even not for the series, for the whole playoffs, Joe Mazzulla is clearly not that guy. Ime Udoka, big loss, and you can see it live in the flesh right now what's happening. Like, Joe Mazzulla's not that guy, and he's a young coach, but he just doesn't have the plays. He's not calling out timeout when he should be calling out timeout. He's not putting his two wing players in a position to win. ISO culture is killing them, and JT's not being that efficient. He's not being efficient at all. He's not being efficient at all. I'm seeing Jaylen Brown look like Jordan Poole and forgetting how to make layups. Like it's just like I'm like what's kind of going on here? But back to what we were saying in the car cam on the way here, it's like. And I said, cool, Jaylen, you got two great wing players, and they're gonna look like great wing players for their generation, right? But there's something missing from the team, and obviously they had Kyrie, didn't work. Obviously they had Kemba, it didn't work. But I still think that team needs a third player to get over the hump. Even if they got to the finals this year, I don't think they would be good enough to beat the Nuggets coming out of the West or any team coming out or Golden State, like whoever's coming out of the West. But like so for that reason, I've always said Milwaukee are the best team in the East, and I've never no matter if you get the 1 seed Celtics, cool, but when it comes down to crunch time. I've seen Jason Tatum be too inefficient because of the ISO ball, and it's just not really cooking for them, innit? So I think they need a point guard desperately. They need to see what's out there in the market.
I agree with your point. However, you look at his team,
Yeah.
You look at his team.
Eric Spoelstra, bro.
Good coach.
Very
good coach.
Great coach, great organisation. Jimmy fit perfectly, being like the arsehole that he is and the kind of player that he is. He fits perfectly in their mentality, the way they play, the aggression that they play with, everything. Fits perfectly. But you can't tell me on paper, that there's even in reality, you can't tell me that this Celtics team should be losing 3-0 to the Miami Heat.
And I hear it because what did Jaylen Brown say? He said he was trying to.
He was disrespecting.
He was so disrespectful. I got it up here.
What he said was disrespectful.
No. People said it was disrespectful, but I actually thought it was quite.
He wasn't giving
above their means.
I thought it was being honest though.
Yeah, but you.
But they are though.
Guys that we should be able to keep under control. That's them giving their respect. Yeah, I wouldn't let that. What? Like,
but Luke, you said literally 2 minutes ago you didn't know Caleb Martin could play like that. That's what he's talking about.
I didn't know we'll get easy confidence.
That's what he's talking about.
Max Strus, Kyle Lowry been brought back from the dead. Duncan Robinson didn't chuck a basket all year.
If any of those guys are on contract years, they're gonna get paid out because of this.
Yeah, no.
100. Regardless of whether you win, lose in the next round, whatever, it doesn't matter. They're gonna get paid out because they're balling.
So would we say Celtics were better last season or this season?
Last year.
Ooh.
Last year.
They were better last year.
No.
I'd argue and say they were probably better.
I think they're better this year. I think them getting I'll tell you why. Them having Malcolm Brogdon,
Yes,
bench
yes,
this
bro-
year
yes.
far better than it was last year. Them having Malcolm Brogdon,
And Derek
Marcus
White.
Smart was playing basketball this year. Even in the beginning of the playoffs, that I hadn't seen him play last year. He was. You started seeing it in this series now. Though I remember I saw Jaylen Brown passing the ball. The guy hit the guy flat palm in the hand, ball gone.
So is Celtics just playing bad this season or overall? But where would you grade them as being?
This season, I think they had a great season, but playoffs, I think this series is by far the worst ball they've played in
a few years, bro.
Like we're gonna have to go back to when Kyrie was healthy playing on the Celtics.
This is bad.
to
Like,
see
this
them
is,
play
this series
Okay.
is bad,
Now,
bro.
if you look at Heats,
Yeah.
we haven't really upgraded in any sort. I mean, we got
No,
Kevin
not
Love.
at all.
No,
We
not
got
really.
Love, but
You were worse in the regular season.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how is a team that has been probably worse than they were last season?
Yeah, in the
So
regular
now-
season anyway.
Yeah.
To a team that's now better than they were last season,
Yeah,
potentially gonna go and sweep them.
yeah.
How is that possible?
But doesn't that kind of like tie into the point that we're making in terms of like it's the Celtics playing under their potential and you guys playing over your potential?
But even if they are better, regardless, and we're quote unquote worse,
Yeah.
they should be able to.
They should be a bit. It's the same thing with Milwaukee. though. Milwaukee should have been able to win that series as well. But you guys have. I think you guys have.
I mean, it was poor coaching.
No,
Down to
a lot of
the
it is
reason
down to,
why-
but I think a lot of it is
Same here
coaching now
now.
as well, though, isn't it? You would agree as well.
Yeah,
Like David said, Joe Mazzulla's not, and this was happening in the last series as well. He's not taking timeouts when they need. When teams start going on runs, I don't understand why guys don't kill the momentum, take the timeout, draw it up. We've seen what they're doing already that we're struggling with. Let's fix it. Let's make a change in it. We've seen that, and I cannot take blame off of the fact that their two best players are playing arse, bro.
24 points combined last night from both of them.
I think so.
I mean, we're looking
Yeah.
at.
Gabe Vincent had more points than them.
But this is the first time that both of them have scored under 15 in the same game
Yeah.
since they've been on the same team.
I think Jason Tatum 6 for 18, Jaylen Brown 6 for 17.
Jaylen Brown is shooting I think 13% from the three
That's
this series.
In the series, Jaylen Brown is shooting.
A world tour.
that is poor.
What's he shooting?
Is it actually 10%?
Bro, no, I'm not joking,
From
bro.
where? 10%
They're from the free.
That's
I
poor.
don't think it was that bad.
No, this is the point I'm making. They're playing so bad. I've never seen them play like this
But
before.
why are they playing so
No,
bad? It's
you
got
guys
to be.
have sussed them. I'm giving you your flowers. Though,
great-
saying.
great
The-
defense.
The zone defense here, I think Spo
Incredible.
saw what Golden State were doing to them in that series last year and said, we need to force them to make passes that are not just next to them. We need to start making them skip passes. Let's put them in zone, stop allowing them to drive and kick and make them make the cross-court pass or pass around the perimeter. And in that way, you've sussed them in it because was it you that said that? No, my boy Will messaged me and said the problem is Jason Tatum chokes when it counts. And I was like, that's not true because you saw what he did at the end of in Game 6 of the previous series,
but-
in Game 7, and he said Jaylen Brown can't dribble a basketball, and I was like, is that true? But Jaylen Brown really can't dribble a basketball like that.
I said that as well, that last season
Yeah.
when they got exposed by the Warriors, when the
Yeah.
Warriors dealt with
They
them,
gotta go work on.
I said,
Yeah,
because sometimes they increase their bag. I said, okay, cool, that's fine. You can add to the bag. But I said, what good is it that you sharpen your abilities but the team don't benefit? It's useless.
It's useless.
As I said, Jason Tatum, you need to work on your IQ. So whatever great point guard you can bring in, veteran from different, I would even say from at least from our previous eras to recently to constant, okay, what can you do here to improve your IQ? Because like I say, there's other players who have a high IQ, same sort of physique who can have the IQ. So work on that.
Give Rondo a call, man.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Work on those things.
Yeah.
I'm saying Jaylen Brown, work on your handle so you can protect the ball and also take the ball. So even if they're trying to, trap the point guard, whatever, you can help out as a two guard. As a two guard, you're supposed to be able to dribble.
Yeah.
You can get buckets, but what's the point between legs you get stolen? Like is useless. So you need to work on these things that's gonna benefit the team. But they're not doing this, they're benefiting themselves. So yeah, you might get 600 mil for what? For what? Nothing.
And the point is tying it back to the Heat as well. The Heat are doing much more with less, innit? So
Yeah.
I feel like we can't keep making excuse. Like I've been
Yeah, you
such a
can't make
big
excuses.
supporter of those two and that Celtics team. I really thought they would be able to come in and make noise this year and potentially win a championship.
Yeah.
But they've shown their asses, man. And I think we have to be critical of them now. The same way that you have to get onto Bucks as well, because they should have done way better than they did against you guys. Even if they didn't win the series, lose gentleman sweep.
Yeah.
That's insane, man.
Insane.
That is insane. So the same way the Celtics have to hold some blame as well. They need to look in the mirror and say, what are we doing wrong? What's the problem? I don't understand how I'm still seeing to this day professional athletes and coaches, and teams without running a proper system.
Yeah.
Like everyone runs
Brother.
everyone in the league runs the same type of plays, But how many times do Boston come down and just go straight into ISO?
don't, and the thing-
One pick and roll and then just go straight into ISO.
And the thing is as well, this is one thing that Boston didn't do in the off-season and coming into the season is, okay, how do we lose that finals? What did the Warriors do to make us lose? Okay, what defense do they kind of play? If this is the defense that they played and
Get
they were
the fucking
successful,
counter, man.
it was successful against us throughout the whole of training camp, throughout the whole season, whether you have to bring in guys or make another unit where they're playing the exact same zone defense with the exact same pressure, so that we can say, okay, this is how we're going to break out of it. Because now, that's what teams are going to do. They're going to say, okay, let's use what worked against you last year to see if you've really, as a team, sat down and said, okay, we watched this film, this is what they've done. Clearly, they didn't. And like I say, like, and what is annoying as well, which is especially why like Tatum also struggles when the headlights are on, is because he doesn't improve the ability of his IQ. So when a double comes or when pressure comes, deer in headlights, forgets how to dribble, forgets how to do any of that stuff, just panics. But then if that weakness of, you know what, let me make the right play, or okay, it's a closing moments, let's have at least 2 or 3 sets where even if it's not necessarily ISO but puts me in a position where it's a semi-ISO but a semi-play, what play can that be? They don't even do that themselves.
This is the reason why I put it on Joe Mazzulla, right? Because if you typically watch the Celtics, right, great team, great players, cool. They typically falter, obviously, in game 3. They didn't manage to get to the fourth quarter. The game was gone by then. But they typically falter and close out game, in games where it's like 5 points or less or 5 minutes to go. Like when it's a tight ball, one game possession, 2 game possession of under 5 minutes on the clock. In crunch time, they're a bad team in crunch time. ISO ball, no plays. They're not playing off Horford. Horford's now not touching the ball anymore. Like play off Horford in the post. Get your wings running out wide and get some open shots and set some off-ball screens. Like I don't want to see Tatum pounding the ball 15 times. Like I don't want to see that, bro.
And you know what I like? You know what sets apart a good coach and a bad coach, and what I've been seeing Heat's doing a lot. If your supporting players ain't playing good, you can hold that bench. Lowry, it hasn't been the worst, but he's now holding the bench. Gabe Vincent's coming and performing. Robertson he's been missing for a while because he wasn't, you know what I mean? He hasn't been playing the best. He's come now, held the bench. Now he's there doing what he's doing. I like it because it just shows how hungry the players are to just show that, yeah, I can play. And I feel like a lot of coaches are scared to do that because they feel like, well, this is my player. Like, you know, you got D'Lo should be holding the bench. Like you said, these are players that should just say,
hugging the bench.
You need to hold it, and you need to show why you need to be playing. And I just want to add one more thing as well. Remember when you said when Hero got injured and you said the Heats wouldn't score?
I'm still shocked you're scoring 100 points.
Oh,
I'm still shocked. I have no idea.
Can you believe that?
No, because
we're playing way better than we are without Hero.
Maybe you should trade Tyler Hero then. I don't know.
And I'll be open to that, man.
No, you would not be.
I would.
The thing is,
if he was to get
that Dame, yeah, I understand that. But I don't.
The thing is, the Heat was always capable of just because
Capable of what?
of scoring points, because even though you look at the team and thinking, where's it going to come from? But you have to also remember,
fluid.
you look across the team. Besides Bam, and I wouldn't say Jimmy fully, but besides Bam, everyone can take and make a free.
Yeah,
100%. And they've been efficient, and you've seen as well. You've seen they've been efficient. On top of that, we have to remember that last season, these are the same guys that also did show up and take Celtics to 7 games. But we're also forgetting that because they was also there going back and forth with the Celtics, but we were shocked that,
They made their hair again.
look at them last season. Look how they was battling with the Celtics. Come now this season without 2 important players
Oladipo as well.
in
Oladipo
Hero
and Hero.
and
Okay,
Oladipo.
yeah.
You'd think, okay, even if it's a struggle, the Celtics will still kind of handle them. Like, even when the Celtics were at their peak last season, they were still right there and there. So,
Okay.
even if they had fully healthy handed players and everything, would have been even more of a murder. So, you have to understand this. On top of that, guys are, listen.
Let me
team
come in.
morale-
Let me
team-
come in after you
The
because
team morale is
I
very.
think that point.
That's a bit mad, but let's.
Yeah, man, pause that.
I didn't hear what you said.
What, you didn't hear what you said?
I didn't hear what you said.
Me or him?
You, bro.
said,
He's
man.
come in. Oh, right.
Let's, look, let me give you 2 minutes
locked
to
in,
just
he's locked in.
rethink what you said. But it's like,
Look,
look,
locked in, he was
That's the
locked in,
pause
man.
moment.
yeah, but it's one of the ones where
I was trying to back you. It's alright. It's a
we're
pause,
looking at these undrafted players as well, and it's like they're proving, okay, you lot missed out on us. This is what you missed out on. It's like, okay, cool. No Hero there. Okay, Gabe and Shoes. That's more shots for you. Finally, now I get 15 more extra shots. Yeah, it's peak for these guys. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Bam, now he's starting to contribute a bit more. Passing, defense. The way
Being
he crashes
aggressive,
offensive
being
balls
aggressive as well, man. That's
he
what I've
don't
missed.
care.
Because he, for some reason, I don't know why he wasn't in the regular season. He wasn't showing it, and I was just thinking, like, I was just looking at the games I would watch sometimes in the regular season. I was just thinking, like, what's going on, like? Because Bam, I know Bam can be a bit aggressive, but he's just not really.
You man have shown like this year more than ever that you just don't care about the regular season, though.
Yeah, at all. And I don't mind that.
100%.
As long as you make it to the playoffs, I don't mind.
Yeah,
if Butler can turn it off and turn it on, it's obviously not nice to watch. But if
You can't do what you did in the regular season. Obviously, you had injuries, so it explains it. But you can't be the AFC. Like, and maybe you can, but you can't be that. You can't because it's the toughest road travelled now.
yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, if we can, and yeah, that's something we probably need to work on. But yeah.
Let me land
Yeah,
quickly
go
because I've been listening a lot in this segment,
Mhm.
and I ain't spoken much. But Rodney, you mentioned about
Whoa, what's this?
going for you first. So you mentioned about the Miami Heat. There would be a lot of scoring outside of Hero and Oladipo. Looking at these man's regular season stats, I said it in the pod last week. This should be Boston in 4, max 5. And I stood by it because there was nowhere near enough scoring on this Miami Heat team to be doing what they're doing to Boston.
Why do you think they were going to score 100 points?
Hold on.
In the reg season.
No,
right?
I'm going off what I've seen in the regular season. That's only what I can go off because that's 82 game season, and I judge that. Jimmy Butler led their points per game on 22.9 points. Next was Bam Adebayo on 20.4 points. Next was Tyler Hero on 20 points. Next was Max Strus, how do you pronounce his name, on 11.5 points. Kyle Lowry had 11.2 points. Oladipo had 10.7 points. Caleb Martin had 9.6 points. Gabe Vincent had 9.4 points he averaged. And Kevin Love had 7.7 points. There is never a million chance when you've lost 20 points out of that
The Hero.
to Hero and then an additional 10 points per average
Oladipo.
on Oladipo. This team should be doing this.
That's
No, let me finish. Caleb Martin's now averaging in this series 19 points. Yeah. Gabe Vincent is averaging 17.7
Man,
points.
scoring 10 more points.
10
per game
more
than they
points
normally
per
do.
game than the average. And obviously Jimmy Butler scoring 26, 7
I want to
and
be there in
6.
the locker room. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what they're saying.
There's two sides to it though. Let me land because Miami
You learned.
take a lot of credit and I have to give them. You said, and I think you said it as well. This is a strictly playoff team.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, don't-
whatever it goes on in the regular season behind the scenes. Remember, this team lost their playing game first one.
Yeah.
Their second one, they were down by 5 with 4 minutes to go. Like people are not taking this in. They nearly went out to the Bulls,
South Beach.
and here they are beating the Bucks, the Knicks,
Keep
and are brushing the Celtics.
Lord have mercy.
So that's one point I want to make because I know we can't spend too much time on these segments.
Yeah.
The Celtics, on the other hand, I fucking love this because I cannot stand you as a franchise. Anything and everything about you is the demise I need to see. Oh yeah, I have worried about this team winning the chip because as soon as I saw the Bucks go out, I said they should go through in the East because way they built in the off season, bringing in Brogdon. Obviously, I know Gallinari got injured, but it seemed like they found what they needed to do to get back to the NBA Finals. You know, when you get there, if you've been there the season before, usually you have a feel of what to do. I always said from the beginning of the season, once Golden State were moving like that, Golden State are never getting back to the finals. I said that during the pod, and I was proven right. So I worried about the Celtics actually winning it all. I didn't think Denver would be this good in the postseason. You saw it in the regular. So I just thought once the Bucks went out, there was a lane. Thank the heavens for Jimmy Butler, bro. Because that lane is shut. Shut days down, bro. Like when you're seeing Jaylen Brown averaging 16.7 points. Yeah. He's shooting 37.7% from the field. It's like inject it into my veins. What I want to see. I need this. I want this franchise to fail. You're not getting to 18 before us. We're going out and so are you. But all I'm gonna say is I hate Boston, bro. Boston are like Arsenal. I hate Boston. But what I'm gonna say is big credit to the Heat. I spoke about Spo last week. He's never got a Coach of the Year award. It's getting worse. Yeah. Like it's really embarrassing now. And then Mazzulla's a bit out of his depth. I think you can see it. But I think the big blame for me has to go to the two.
Has to.
Tatum and Brown.
No one else. Yeah, no one else.
Are not doing enough. And like I said it last week on the pod, any competent team in Game 5 would have taken that Celtics team out because they weren't shooting, they weren't scoring. It just took a typical James Harden game when it comes to the crunch. We spoke about Embiid in the last pod, how he can't deliver when it counts. So if that was another team, they wouldn't even be here in the first place. Yeah. Like actually more competent team, possibly even a Cavs team where they have more scoring to just close it out.
In Game 6.
In a Game 6, that someone that would just take the scoring by the stuff of it just to close. They didn't score. I know that the 76ers didn't score for 5 minutes, but they scored 6 points in those 5 minutes. So we're not talking about drastic things. Those two have big decisions to make in this postseason. We're talking 100. Celtics as a franchise have to understand, is this what we want to do? Are we keeping this two together? Because to me, it seems like it's a split. It seems like Jaylen Brown has to get traded. There was rumours of that last season, and we know what Jaylen Brown put on Instagram. I don't know if you guys remember. I think Jaylen Brown has to get traded this summer because it's not working, and it's over.
To round this segment off as well, I know you guys were talking about obviously where does the scoring come from when you lose Hero and Oladipo. It's very, very simple. The shots will go in towards Hero, Bam, Jimmy, Oladipo.
Spread out.
Take it away now. Spread out. Of course, these guys are gonna average more.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work
but the thing is, of course,
it's supposed to be missing. Get it? Like.
The thing is, that's based on the shots that they're taking. If now they have double the chances, they have more of a chance to average more points. Yeah. It's simple maths. If you shoot 5 shots a game and you get a certain amount of points, now if you shoot 10 to 15.
I hear what Rodney's saying.
On top of that, they're efficient. And on top of that, if we look in the postseason, even though you're getting a lot of buckets from them, you're still getting quite a decent amount of buckets from the rest of the team.
Rodney. But if you look at all of them, they're all shooting more efficiently than they are in the regular season. So it's not about them taking. They are definitely.
That's what they were doing in the postseason.
No, they're not. They're shooting. If you look at all their scoring averages, they're all higher in terms of percentages. They're all shooting better than they were. So it's not just about them taking more shots. Yes, they're taking more shots, but they're making them at a higher rate as well. That's like you can't miss out that key piece of information. Otherwise, 100%. Everyone in the league who takes 4 shots should now take 8 shots, and they'll make double the amount. They have double the amount of points.
100%. But was they not also efficient with the small shots that they had?
Bro.
But with the small shot, like my thing is just that if they're also efficient with the shots that they have, if you increase it, that's still more of a chance for more efficiency as well.
I just think the deeper the run we're getting into, the more the players are like understanding like it's literally right there, and I feel like it's getting a lot because Caleb Martin wasn't playing like this when we got to the Bucks or even the Knicks. It's now it's like we're getting closer. It's literally there.
That's what the head coach does, though, man.
Yeah, and it's good. It goes down to good coaching. So, yes or no for you? What you said about if you take more shots. Like, obviously, what you said.
But obviously, it's the confidence as well.
Same way I did for the Lakers. Sweep or no sweep?
Sweep, man. Get that broom.
Double down twice now. Sweep or no sweep? Sweep or no sweep?
Pay back in blood. They swept the Nets last year. You're getting swept this year, bro.
Sweep or no sweep?
It's looking like a sweep by home court. Yeah, it's looking like a sweep, man.
What is that? Around sweep round the floor.
Get ready. Yep. Get ready for that song.
It shouldn't.
My
It shouldn't
head
be.
is telling me sweep, yeah.
Sweep.
But my heart is telling me
Because you have to
Gentlemen.
sing. That's why, bro. I want to hear the
I'm singing
song.
regardless, bro.
I want to hear. It's true. And I
It's
need
not
to
gonna
hear.
make a difference.
Mate, listen.
Unless somehow Boston come back and win in 7, which if they do, I'll be insufferable. But they're not gonna do that. So
If we do, I'm shaving my hair off, bro. I'm going back to just being low cut.
no, you wouldn't do that.
I would.
There's cam number. Luke, there's cam. Don't say that. There's cameras.
Do you want me to get this one out?
Luke,
Be careful.
You don't need
That's
to.
not a camera.
Be careful.
The light is
Lights are
recording. Lights are bright. It's
Because he said stuff
recording.
on camera and he's had to do it.
I'm telling you from experience. Be careful.
Okay.
Be
You did
careful.
say it.
It's not a chart.
Because no, that's
Mum's like, sweep, get the brooms out. Oh, that's
I like my hair, you know.
don't
The long stairs.
don't make bets like Carmelo.
I'll veto that because don't.
Nah, I'll take it back.
But
That's
mad.
Nah,
Let's move on from there. So
What
there
you
was
got?
a very interesting rumor that has circulated and it's pissed me off because this guy, he has hoodwinked so many people. Professional hoodwinker.
Let us stray.
Teeth.
Run amok.
Literally. Fam.
4PF.
Fam. 4 teams full. That's what he's on.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous. So there's a rumor that Harden potentially returns to Houston.
Nasty piece of work.
Now this is nasty work.
Nasty
From the
piece
way
of work.
you forced your way out to then go to Brooklyn and then force another way and do madness to then get to the Sixers and then now you're going back to Houston. Impossible. Adam Silver, NBA,
Yeah.
everyone.
We need a David Stern intervention here.
Do not, if you let this happen, I promise you, if the NBA let this happen, something mad's gonna happen. In the NBA.
And do you know what the mad thing about it is? I don't even feel like it's gonna make a massive difference to what's happening. Like I don't think Houston are gonna turn into
Bro, I don't see what the point is for Houston.
But there's two sides to it. So we were talking about this on the way here as well.
yeah,
Yes, Harden could go to Houston. That's a rumor. We know he loves the strip clubs. He's got his jersey retired. It's the only place he's probably gonna. He'll get his jersey retired in actual Houston as well. But like, yeah, he got his jersey retired.
The
in the strip
rafters
club.
in that
Yeah,
strip
man,
club.
that's serious. There's no joke. But also the situation in Philly right now. Philly just fired their head coach. Doc the flop is gone. We now have to look at D'Antoni as a likely replacement because Daryl Morey's there as
Yeah, he's the GM.
We know that them three were the dream team in Houston before they had to quickly exit. We spoke about Conspiracy Cam spoke about this last year about how there was a chance that Daryl Morey was orchestrating it so that Doc would be out of the job and D'Antoni would take over and they'll run Houston 2.0 in Philly. But if you're Philly, you shouldn't want that. If you're Philly, you shouldn't want that. You just got an MVP. You got a young Tyrese Maxey. Don't go and let James Harden turn this team into nonsense because we know what happens when he doesn't like it. He wants to leave. He wants to go. So if I'm Philly, let him go wherever he wants. If he wants to go back to Houston, that's Houston's problem. It just came out as well. Jalen Green on Paul George's podcast said that it says Rockets guard doesn't exactly endorse the Beards returning to Houston.
Of course
You want to hear the quote?
Yeah, please.
So the quote is, he says, I agree. I think it can play both ways. Like you just said, it can help and hurt at the same time. I haven't really talked to him about rumours or stuff like that, but I'm with you on that. So,
You don't. I wouldn't. Houston's a mess already. Yeah, they just got Ime in to try and pattern the young guys because they've been wilding. They've been moving nuts. They have no veteran presence and they've just been doing whatever they want in it. And they've now brought someone in to kind of sort them out. It's deep what they did to who's their head coach before? Steven Silas.
Yeah, Silas. Yeah, that
Brother was
unfair.
crying. It's like when the substitute comes in and the guys in the class are like, yeah, cool, we're about to violate. We're about to run this one. And the substitute teacher runs out crying. It's peak. That's what happened to Silas, man. It's out of order. They gave him a horrible situation in Houston. They said, manage this. Sort it out for us. They've had a number 2 pick, a number 3 pick, and now they've got, 4? Yeah, they've got the 4th pick in the upcoming draft, innit? So you know they're gonna get talent in. Just put some vets around them and see what happens. So Ime's gonna try and pattern that situation. If I'm Ime, I don't want James Harden.
I don't think it makes any sense.
No.
Like for the Rockets, James Harden might want to go because that might be the place that he gets the bag,
Facts.
right?
Or strip club.
It's
4 years, 200 mil, right?
It's a contract year, so he wants that bag. So he might go home, get that bag. But if you're trying to build a franchise, Ime Udoka, you're trying to put back respect on his image, and obviously like Boston failing is helping him do that by proxy. But like he also wants to do that for himself in the Rockets. And he's got a difficult situation already, given how many young guys he's already got. You don't want James Harden around that. You're trying to build a new culture. You're trying to instill some new winning basketball with the team. And I just don't think James Harden as your vet is going to give you what you need. So it doesn't make sense. Like it makes sense to James Harden, but it doesn't make sense for Philly, and it doesn't really make sense for the Rockets either. So
James Harden wants a whole field trips to the strip club.
Oh yeah, he's got his face.
Imagine taking the young boys.
Oh my gosh.
No one's going training.
That's where I used to go.
No one's turned up to
high
training.
vis.
Fam.
The thing is as well,
Got glitter
there
in
was
that
also
trying to shoot a basketball, got glitter in
Jalen
there.
Green up
Do you
to
know what I
weeks.
mean? Can't do that.
there was also a little cheek rumor that James Harden had his eye on the Phoenix Suns.
Oh yeah,
I
saw
don't
that.
know how. I don't know if I'm Phoenix again. I question if I want that. Like if I'm any team, the highest I'm paying James Harden is 20 mil a year. Absolute highest I'm paying him, because any more than that, it hinders you getting any other talent around that team. And we know what Harden is in the playoffs. So unless you have elite talent, that's going to be able to offset it. Because Philly had the MVP and it wasn't enough to stop the James Harden duds. And even the MVP chipped in with duds himself. Yeah. So realistically, what team can Harden go to, have the same playoffs that he's been having his whole career, and still somehow make it?
It's not the worst thing that you said about the Suns. Like given in the car, we spoke about Chris Paul's contracts, right?
Yep.
And we're like, he's like his contract right now. He's got like 30
mil will be. So he's 30 mil, and he's got a team option the year after. So if they don't want him around, he'll be gone.
All right. So I don't think like Suns obviously need a bench. That's the biggest reason why they're not. That's why they're no longer here in the postseason. They need a bench, right? But if you do have another All-Star on your team, and he's not jacking up shots, you got Booker and KD for that. He's just servicing them. I don't think that's the worst option as a point guard. Like to Harden to go get his bag. Like the bench might still be a problem. Ayton might even be more of a problem now because he's not touching the ball at all. Yeah. But I don't think, like, from an offensive standpoint, I don't think that's the worst. That's the worst situation.
So you're saying Harden? Obviously, we know Harden can't be a 1. He can't be a 2. But you think Harden would be okay as a 3? Because
why can't he be a 1?
What do you mean?
Do you mean one guard? Or
no,
number one on the team?
Like number one.
Yeah.
Oh no, he
can't be option number 1. He can't be option number 2.
That's perfectly fine.
Can he? We saw in Brooklyn. He can't even. Obviously, he got hurt in Brooklyn.
But he's the point guard in that situation. He's touching the ball. He's option number 3 to shoot the ball. But he can swing it. This season, he league leader in assists, bro. He can swing it, bro.
100%. Except when it came to the playoffs, and even then, I think Harden had the 2 great scoring games. But I think outside of those, Tyrese Maxey was still slightly more. He was a scoring guard
and that's
on that team.
Because now,
but it didn't work. That's the point I'm trying to make. As the third option, it didn't work.
No, I think
it didn't work in Brooklyn either. Actually, we forget about what happened in Brooklyn.
The thing is, Brooklyn's a different situation because we all know what happened. He got hurt. It was literally hurt. That's what happened. But them not getting hurt, really and truly, we're raising the chip, 100%. But what I'm saying is that the reason why, 100%, the reason why I'm saying that Suns is not a bad shout, just because he can be a number 3. Just because if you look, obviously when he was at the Nets before one leg Harden happened to come out, and before all the drama,
was cooking.
Perfectly fine. Everyone was worrying, how the heck is this going to happen? And look how it worked.
It worked for a bit.
The problem was never him and KD. That's the thing. There was deeper issues than that. So now having a more, I'm not saying that, Maxey's nothing. I'm not saying that at all. But having someone that's a bit more stabilized in this league in Devin Booker, that's going to be very, very nice. Because it's not like, obviously 100% there's issues with kind of when in the deep game 6s, game 5s, like haven't turned up. But having Harden there, I don't think that's an issue. I think that helps. Obviously, Ayton cannot be there at all because even though that pick and roll would have been great, but we all know Ayton, guys playing like I don't even know what he's doing. If I turn up the train and I saw Ayton, I'm quitting the job because he's ridiculous. So get rid of CP3.
Yeah.
I would say if you can send it into Pacers and get Miles Turner back, who's gonna do something. And if you start in James Harden there with some, I don't know, 1 year rentals,
Maybe.
I don't think it'll be bad for the Suns.
There's just one thing I have to say on this, and I'm not sure if we're forgetting something, but didn't KD not pick Harden in the All-Star draft a couple years ago?
Yeah. So when Harden left to go Philly, in the hostile nature that he didn't pick, and they got Ben Simmons back in return. Harden was the last pick in the draft because KD was picking anyone not named James Harden.
And there was a whole thing of LeBron and KD on TNT, and everyone was having a little bit of a laugh about it, and he was a laughing stock. So I don't know what that relationship looks like. So that might put this whole thing in the can. We might just have to end the segment.
Under the rug time ago.
Knowing KD, I don't think he took because of what KD did. I don't think he could now be a hypocrite and say, "Oh, I got beef with you because you left my team after what he did going from OKC to Golden State." That's a good point though. Like, if I'm Devin Booker, because realistically, Devin Booker is the franchise player. Yeah. If I'm Devin Booker, I'm being extremely specific about the player, the player I want that we're gonna get in return, because KD will be there for maybe the duration of this contract, and then we don't know how long. KD's not young. KD's what, 35, around that.
Yeah, about
that. So we don't know. Maybe even 36. We don't know how long KD's gonna be playing basketball for. No, he's not. He can't be 36. He's probably like 30. He's probably like 34, 35. Yeah. So we don't know how long he's going to be there for. Devin Booker's the guy who's going to be there. 34. Yeah, we don't know. Devin Booker's going to be the guy that's going to be there for the next 10 years. Yeah. So, if they're going to do anything like that.
Okay, so real quick, just to kind of round this up, what team, just name a team that you think would be best for James Harden to be in from next season, whether it's to remain in Philly or to go anywhere else?
I think he remains, man. Because, like you said, got rid of Doc Rivers. It's not like they played bad, right? I mean, they played okay. I guess there's just a few things that obviously coaching can sort out. For Harden as well, he just needs to settle down, man. Like, if he's serious about winning a chip, honestly speaking, fair enough. Like, he might look good in the regular season. It might look, nice, entertaining for us as fans to watch and whatnot. But if he wants to get the job done at some point, he's got to find a team and just see it through. Like, stop being a coward when it counts. So I think he should stay.
Jules?
It's looking peak, bro. I don't know where Donny's going.
Hey, brother!
I've looked at the East and the West. The options are mad limited. Like, when you're breaking it down, like, he's not going to anyone.
I wanted him.
The Mavs?
I don't
Dallas. I was going to say.
I was thinking that obviously depends on the Kyrie.
Could play bullshit basketball.
That is terrible.
That would be horrible to watch.
No, it's gonna stink. It's gonna be what just happened with Kyrie, like,
but 10 times worse. If no offensive output, no, bro. But I don't know where he goes. If you really want to break it down, I know we ain't got too much time, but
Kings,
nah, it hinders.
If I'm Kings, I'm not doing that.
I feel like point guard is one of the most like popular positions in the league. There's so many of them, so you now have to say, if I'm gonna go and get one, am I really gonna go and pay this guy X amount of money?
That's the problem.
That's not, if Harden's willing to take a pay cut to go play, I don't know, somewhere else.
Serious pay cut.
The Clippers, I don't know, like
Clippers need a point guard. I'm not sure if Russell's gonna stay, because Russell obviously wants his.
I wouldn't mind Russ staying. To be honest.
He might want his money in it. So
I'll take Russ over Harden.
There's no money there for him.
We could work something out. We pay luxury tax. I've seen us do it.
He just got paid out, man.
Celtics?
Yeah, he just got bought out.
Harden to the Celtics.
Man, that's not the worst shout. It's just the money, though.
Stinky, but
it's the money.
I don't think the money works.
I don't see him going to a place like Boston. Philly's one thing. Ain't got, like, the strip clubs there probably ain't lit. But the strip clubs in Boston,
starving, bro.
He's starving.
That's not his bag.
That's all.
Yeah, he would. He'd be able to focus more, but that's not his bag.
I did want him at Heat at one point, but not anymore.
So
that's not. He would be better, man.
Harden's future is just kind of in the air, question in there. Real quick before we honor an NBA great. So, what is everyone's NBA Finals predictions? So, what's the matchup?
It'll be silly to say anything apart from Denver and Miami right
Lakers.
now. It would be silly. It would be silly. Stop, man. You gotta make me feel like I'm saying something wild. It would be silly to say anything apart from Denver and Miami right now. Just being a sensible human being.
The streets are saying that would be one of the worst finals.
Forget the streets.
That would be
That's what
amazing.
narratives,
That's
bro.
what
It would be one of the
It'll be a
best
great final,
finals.
bro.
Thank you.
Barca-
The reason I think it would be good is because you're seeing two teams who haven't won it for Denver. I don't know.
Never
when
won
Denver won it. Miami haven't won it since LeBron left. So that's 10 years
10
we're
years.
talking about now. Where like since you guys have won a ring,
Yeah.
I don't think honestly though, I don't think you're beating Denver.
No.
I think the work that Jokic would give Bam, and this is me again. I'm gonna sound like I'm just hating again, but like we're talking about Jokic now, innit? Like, I'm not being.
Oh no, he'll give
The work that he might give Bam,
generational.
generational.
It's a generational work.
Generational cheat.
I mean, strokes, bro.
Yeah, I can't lie. Like he'll caress his he'll
He's gonna make Bam grow a ponytail so he can pull it, bro.
that's crazy.
He's booking Premier and saying, "Bam, I'm gonna see you tonight."
You gonna learn the day.
Just know, if we do win, I am going to act absolutely
you have to.
most. I'm gonna act such a fool. I'm
You
gonna be
have to,
so
bro.
dumb. For no
Yeah,
reason.
if man
Yeah.
win, I'm coming up on it.
But like
You're
you
not a
said,
Man U fan,
I don't
stop,
know,
man.
man.
I said if what? I said
you're
if
not-
they win,
He's gonna
I said,
jump
you're
ship
not-
again.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
Bro,
ready.
I
He's
didn't even-
ready
I
to
didn't
jump
even-
ship.
Because it's my team, I don't mind it. Do what you did. Because I
Hello,
know
hi.
you do it a lot.
Hello, hi.
Go ahead.
Continue.
I said if Miami win, I'm rocking a Jimmy jersey on the pod. I'll do that 100%.
You didn't even used to like Jimmy in the regular season.
Whoa, I never said that. No.
Rodney.
I remember you picking
Rodney.
You used to pick. No, listen, come on
Rodney.
now.
No one likes. I don't think you even like regular season. Jimmy
Remember
like
when
that.
I said Jimmy's a top 10 and you fought me on
He's
that?
still not top 10.
100% is.
He's still
I
not.
was-
In the regular season, Jimmy's not a top 10.
I said Jimmy is
I'm
a
fine
top
with
10
that.
player. Yeah.
If he gets
Whole
a ring.
season's
Jimmy
different.
is
If he
a
gets
top-
a ring, I'm
I
fine
said
with that.
Jimmy is a top 10 player. I was not going. You guys will get us because I was
the
always cussing.
postseason.
I was always cussing Paul George. So let's not do this. Let's not make me the enemy here because this is not what it is. Yeah, all right. So everyone's saying Nuggets are Heat in the
Yeah, it
finals.
has to be, innit?
Yeah, Nuggets here.
If
Hey.
Miami are playing that, then they can take a couple. I'll say Nuggets and 6.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay.
I haven't gotten past Western Conference Finals.
Mate, go, man.
What did LeBron say? It's not over till it's 4.
If the
Alright,
Lakers
look,
win,
do you know? If
Three and a half, bro.
Yeah.
if there's one thing, right? Yeah, it's just like I would never bet against the King until it's done, innit? And I know he's playing on one leg, and I know 4-0's like to go 4 games on choice, absolutely crazy. But like,
LeBron fans are so funny. You know?
hey,
No
I hear
way.
what you're saying, yeah, because it's all validated. But it's
and
just
do
so
you know what?
funny
And
to
do you know what? Like, having watched the games,
hear. Yeah.
like I saw the whole of game 1, I saw the whole of game 2, I watched a part of game 3 when I got back from my wedding. Like,
We're talking about this way.
It must have been great.
Must have been one.
I don't think it was great still.
One good goal out there.
Yeah,
it was a
bro.
serious wedding
Message
still.
in
Look how he's smiling. Hey,
Generational.
you know, Donny is the legs so crossed.
That was a good one.
He enjoyed.
Very-
Say nothing.
Yeah.
Off cam.
No, but like you know what I mean. I just like it, and if Ham makes the adjustments, then obviously you never know. But all that being said, Nuggets in 6. If like versus the Heat, and Nuggets in 6.
Do you think the
versus the
Heat, like, what's your prediction for the Heat? If the Heat in the Nuggets,
Listen, I'm as a Heat fan, I've counted them out from the jump. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So
winning formula, isn't it?
yeah, so I'm gonna just probably stick to that, and then let's see what happens. Hopefully, Jimmy gets a ring, and then I'll just be acting a fool. So I'm gonna go for Heats. Heats.
I don't like the way you just looked at me. What's your prediction?
Heats and 6. I'm gonna go.
Because I don't like the way you looked at me. What's your prediction?
What's my prediction? You guys are gonna say I'm
Oh, he does this every
time
single
he-
time.
So I have a theory, yeah, that anytime you ask someone a question, yeah, and they repeat it or say, huh? They heard you the
Nah,
first
yeah,
time.
Oh,
he
yeah.
does that a lot. He does
And
that
they're
a
about
lot.
to tell some lies.
He does that a
So
lot.
go ahead.
my prediction. Heat in 5.
Huh?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Heat in 5.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna do any explaining.
No, you don't
My
need to, bro.
prediction
You don't need to.
I like that.
So can you specify what series
in the finals
against?
Miami against the Denver Nuggets.
Okay.
Miami Heat versus Denver Nuggets. Heat winning 5 games.
I like that.
I'm saying it's a punch in the mouth series. He's a
And it's
punch,
payback as well. Remember
I'm
what?
saying-
Yeah, man.
Remember what Jokic done to?
Marquise
Marcus
Morris.
Morris.
Was it Marquise
Yeah.
or Marcus?
And then
Marquise,
Butler was
Marquise.
giving it like he's probably looking at that.
There's a
thinking,
bit of blood
right,
there. A little bit of blood.
There's a little bit of blood. It's gonna be
Just
so.
wait,
It's
just
gonna be
wait
so
till the
good,
Jokic
man.
brothers are in the crowd in Miami.
Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, we'll catch them.
They're
there.
moving mad
Yeah.
in LA already, bro.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, they're on.
Yeah,
They're
on
on.
it.
They're
On
on.
it.
They're
On
on
it.
absolute
Oh, this
arms.
is-
bro.
Can you imagine Jokic, but like looking way less friendly?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
tattoos and that.
Oh snap!
Yeah, nah,
I can't wait.
love it.
Yeah, I remember.
Looking way
When,
less
I remember when he
friendly.
won the MVP and I saw them partying with his brothers.
Yeah,
It
no,
looked-
no.
looked
The
scary,
man
bro.
on it. So.
Hey,
Yeah.
everybody can die by the gun, bro. So it doesn't matter.
All right,
Not them, man. Not them, man.
Catch
Well,
the
no, you
bullet.
got higher.
Catch the bullet.
You got higher. Favorite point guard in the league.
I changed it, actually. I'm just thinking about it now. I'll probably go Nuggets in 7 still.
7, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
7
Ooh,
still.
entertaining.
So
But yeah,
Like that.
is official now. We got on the NBA great Carmelo Anthony.
Mhm.
On our boys, we got to do.
Retired from the,
I like the way he just released that video as well.
Oh, class
I haven't
act.
watched it. I
Just-
need to watch
I
it.
need to watch it
Little
as well.
production
But-
there.
Yeah.
Like, man, Carmelo.
No one was taking that.
He was a great player.
That's-
He's gonna be one of the best players with no rings. It's gonna be sad.
He's
But
already NBA 75 anyway. They already gave it to him.
yeah, he's gotten his flowers.
I feel like Melo was like a playground favorite, innit? Like if you ask a lot of guys around that age, like, when you were growing up, he was like the guy. Because if I'm being honest, Melo was KD before KD, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Like when and
Scorer.
their bags are not the same, innit? But when you're talking about just a pure scorer, like I've seen him. Like I remember one game that always sticks in my mind with Melo in the Garden against Chicago, where he hit 2 buzzer beaters, one to send it to OT, the other one to win the game against Chicago. The guy was top tier, and I have to say something quickly, and I tweeted it earlier. I will not forgive Denver for allowing Jokic to wear 15, because that jersey should have been retired. There's no reason, and Jokic is a great player, all-time great, 2-time MVP, potentially a champion this year. I'm not saying that he's not better than Melo. However, when you have a great player that you draft, come out of your franchise, and he's stuck with you guys for like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
You don't let someone else wear that jersey, bro.
Because if we're gonna retire the jersey, now what's gonna happen? What 250?
They're not going to retire it. They can't retire it. Because Jokic already had a greater career than Carmelo Anthony. So they can't retire it.
Damn.
I just on Melo, absolute great career, one of the best scorers ever in the game, one of the best makers of hard shots, turnaround jumpers, fadeaways. He'll give it to you. His career could have changed if he was drafted by the Pistons.
Pistons should have taken him instead of Darko.
If the Pistons took him, it would have been a complete different story. He would have had Chauncey, and he would have had an amazing start to his career. But I fell in love with Melo watching that Nuggets team, watching AI there, and it was just messy basketball, but it was just beautiful one way to watching it, and just watching him make difficult shot after difficult shot after difficult shot. You can't help but think, like, obviously him being in New York, he had a great career. You can't help but think, what if? Do you know what I mean?
That Miami thing will always be a conversation as well. He could have gone Miami if he waited a year, when it was supposed to be Bron, Melo, and Wade in Miami, instead
and
of
not
Bosh.
Bosh.
And Melo couldn't wait out, and
signed.
he went to New York, innit? So
I'll never forgive the Houston Rockets what they done to him, man.
yeah, man.
Houston Rockets done him dirty.
Not even just, I feel like OKC gave him a chance here, but even then, OKC were trying him as well. The only other team I've ever seen respect him since he left New York was Portland. It's the only other place that actually respected him.
Portland put respect
Gave him a
on
chance.
him.
And why you man didn't bring him back after?
Yeah, we
after
respected him,
no
just
clue.
didn't bring him back.
No clue. I thought he was a great contributor to you guys. One of the funniest guys to get a rebound I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I got that shit.
Got
Get the fuck out of here.
Got that shit. And let me quickly chime in on a couple things for Carmelo. So he finished his career with he retired with a career record of 677 to 583. He reached the playoffs in his first 10 seasons and got there 13 times overall. In his first 13 years of his playing career for the Nuggets and the Knicks, he had just 3 All-Star teammates, Chauncey Billups, AI, and Tyson Chandler. And they all arrived in Denver in their 30s. We're talking about, where did I just see this stat? About, Carmelo scored over 10 points per game in the 2012-2013 campaign, 28.7, more than any other Knicks player. So J.R. Smith was the next one. The next Knicks starter finished on 18 points, 1 per game. So you're talking about someone that really
got buckets.
And he got buckets, but he struggled. And you look at his career, we talk about one of the best players to never win a ring. Carmelo definitely sits at the top of that list. And I think he just chimed on his decision to probably not sign to go to New York and wait out. I think he's 2 decisions, in my opinion. It's not just that. It's the other time when he could have gone with Jimmy Butler and D Rose in, what year was it? 2014.
We could have gone Chicago.
He could have gone Chicago, and he passed it up to maximise his earnings in New York. So I understand there's a couple times where he could have looked back at his career and say, you know what if? Because he didn't play with the luster of all-stars, and when he was the best at his game, others weren't. And then probably to the back end of his career, he started playing with a few more players like the Dames, like the LeBrons, everyone else.
He was past it.
He was past it. So it's unfortunate, but definitely one of the NBA greats. Loved watching Melo, man.
In my head, like I kind of put him in the same, like, and like, people say T-Mac, people say Melo. You can have your pick, obviously. But like in the same vein as like players that you wish would have been in better winning positions in their career, to have seen them really shine in the conference finals and in the actual finals. Like, you kind of want to see those players on the biggest stages. Do you know what I mean? And when I look at T-Mac and I'm thinking, and when I look at Melo, I'm just like, what if? I want to see you in the finals. I want to see you shine. I want to see you in these positions, because I know you're the guy in the positions. But obviously the GMs are not putting you winning teams, and then so on and so forth. You might put your money over going to a different team, and it's like I just want to see the best players in the best positions. And sometimes, like, obviously with Melo, I never really got to see that. But just from a bucket standpoint, one of the best players ever in the game. So you just got to put respect on his name for that.
One thing as well, when we talk about scoring, Melo's number 9 all time in points scored in the regular season as well.
Crazy.
Crazy. Yeah, man.
Really ever injured as well, too, man.
I think he's gonna get his jersey retired in New York. I think that's. Yeah. I don't know who else they're gonna retire anytime soon.
Julius Randle.
I think he'll get his jersey retired in New York.
Yeah.
Obviously the Denver situation, we don't know. I have no idea what's gonna happen with that. Yeah, maybe they'll retire 7, even though he never wore 7. I don't know what the hell that is. They have to do something, surely, though, right? Yeah. But no, well deserved. Great player. Yeah, it's kind of sad, actually, you know. It is. And now LeBron is the last player from the 03 draft. In the league.
And that the day where LeBron says, "Yeah, this is my," when he says this is my last season.
Give me a bank holiday, bro. If it's not, I'm taking annual leave. I don't.
Yeah,
100%, 100%. But yeah, man. Obviously sad to see Melo go, but obviously he'll be around, and who knows, maybe Big 3, you know.
You think he'll get him? Nah, no.
I said maybe, I don't know. Maybe.
Boy.
But
Shanghai Sharks.
Just
where's everyone playing now? Where's Dwight's over there? Dwight's in Taiwan. DeMarcus Cousins is in, where's he? He's
Puerto Rico.
In Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Join them guys.
Yeah, just to kind of end the pod, I just want to say, if the Raptors go through what they're going through, they deserve nothing but help.
Steve Nash don't deserve another chance.
No,
please
he doesn't deserve another chance. I will campaign. I will do whatever I can for that not to happen.
That's white privilege.
I understand
that's facts. White privilege.
The misery that he destroyed my basketball joy for such a long time. Yeah, and I know a lot of people, like, what he did was nasty work. So the Raptors really need to sit and rethink. Does this makes sense? The fact that Nick Nurse says good luck with those guys. So just
diabolical.
If the Raptors do that, I know what they're on. They're on going to the G League, so that's completely fine. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Just want to give a round of applause for our guests, David and Luke.
Appreciate y'all.
Lovely. Thank you guys for coming, and hopefully you guys can get home in 7 minutes.
Pleasure being here, guys. Thank you for having me.
Guys, if anything you want to plug, you guys plug in their socials and all them things there, you know.
I'll be tweeting sports, bro. So if I'm not tweeting about NBA at 4 a.m. on Twitter, then I'm tweeting about Liverpool, and both my teams have kind of failed this year. So
How come I go down? How come I go down?
Yeah, because we ain't got Champions League football, so it's looking real peak out here. But on Twitter at D_Hablo, on IG at D Hablo. That's HABLO.
Make sure you follow him on Instagram so you
Make
can see
sure.
these wedding pictures.
Hey,
He's ready for
fire!
Yeah, me as well. Luke _captured. If I'm not tweeting about basketball like I normally do, it's obviously about Arsenal. Someone's got to win something. Leaving there with something. It's
gotta give.
It's gotta give. But yeah, Luke _ captured. Watch the space. You know what I mean? I need to get into my NFL bag as well. So that's slowly starting to come.
These guys
We're watching a few documentaries.
We're not barriers.
I lie. We're here to help.
100%. These guys aren't helping.
Pay for the
me,
subscription and you'll be fine.
These guys aren't helping.
I had Now TV. I was trying a bit, but that's me. Luke _ captured, man.
But yeah, make sure you guys follow the pod across all social media. Take It to Pod on Twitter, at Take It to Rim Podcast on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that stuff, and keep rocking with us, keep promoting us, and continue to watch what we're about to do.
All of that.
Bam, bam,
All
bam.
of that.
And before we leave,
Over and out, baby.
we out.
Yeah,
Lakers in 7, bro.